Well, that's actually a pretty interesting story because today, as of a couple of weeks ago, Dangerous raised $100 million of venture capital and strategic investment. That got us to where we are today and also funds us to a fully funded business plan. At the point when we really needed money, when we were trying to build hardware and didn't have enough money to do it, that's the point that we got our first customer. And that, at the time, was VoiceStream, which later got acquired by T-Mobile International. The interesting thing about that, and rather than a customer, we initially looked at it as a partnership. There was value in services that we could give them, and there was value that they could give us. They made a strategic investment in the company, and everybody was happy. But what that did is that solidified the business plan. That basically proved the model. A carrier was ready to sign up for the model. The model actually evolved a little bit during the negotiations with the carrier. So we were flexible enough to realize that some of the things we were asking for weren't possible, and changed. In the end, the first one was the hardest one, because a lot of things were changing. The product was still being built. The fact that the product was being built at that time had a great amount of value to VoiceStream, because they're this new up-and-coming carrier. I think they had 3 million subscribers when we first started talking to them. Now they have 14 million. And they basically were trying to run this race with giants. So they needed something, like a product as innovative as the hip top to help them differentiate themselves. So it was just a perfect opportunity to work together. And because the product wasn't done, it was still in development, that was the opportunity for them, because they could basically, specify things that were important to their business to be included in the product. One of the things when we originally designed the product is it didn't include voice. It wasn't a phone.
We didn't think that convergence would happen in the initial shipping time frame. We thought people will have a wireless data device, they'll have a phone, and eventually that'll become one device. They basically told us that happens now, so we added it in. And it's not a perfect phone in a lot of ways, but that was part of the constraint. Was we didn't actually intend for it to include that functionality initially, but they told us that it was ready, so we did put it in there. And it was great to work with them, and remain so. When we're really exchanging ideas and talking about technology in our business and how we can help them in their business, because they're a partner of sorts as well as a customer.
So after the first wireless carrier, things got a lot easier because the business model was proven, and not only was the business model proven, but we had customers. And once we had customers on our network through some sophisticated data mining on the back end, we could tell how the device was being used. Not what people were doing, but in aggregate, what's interesting in this category of products. And then we could feed that data back to wireless carriers, including new customers. So we could tell them basically it boiled down to a spreadsheet. And after a little bit of usage and a little bit of experience with the customers, we could say, here's how much money we're going to save you. Right? Here's how much we reduce the bandwidth required to deliver content. Here's how much we reduce your churn. Here's how much we reduce your customer care expenses. Here's the opportunity for third-party applications to be downloaded over the air, so you have another revenue stream possibility. So all these things that were ideas and concepts after the release of the first product became fundamental selling points for new customers.